It's great to have you hopping along with us with the Global Stampin Video Hop. This is Esther at Stampin Star Creations for this month's challenge, which is to create a matching card and a matching project. So I'm doing a double fry box, and the original idea came from a lady on YouTube called Rejoice and Create, and you can check out her box on there. It uses two 6x6 papers, and I've chosen Trimming the Town DSP for this and cut them down to 6x6. So if you are going to use a directional paper like this one, particularly on the top, then you do have to be careful how you lay your paper onto your scoreboard or trimmer. So you want to lay it face down and having your design pointing in the right direction. That's what helped me remember. So we are scoring at 1 5/8, and I've given you the centimetres there as well, and 4 3/8 of an inch. So 1 5/8 and 4 3/8. Then we're turning to the right and scoring it down one side at 3/8 of an inch. And then, as you can see, once you fold this, hopefully the design will be going in the right direction for you. And then you want to repeat the same scores on your second piece. So whatever you're doing with the first one, you're going to repeat on the second one. So those are the details in case you want a screenshot or you're jotting down the measurements. So don't forget to fold and then burnish. And then line up your papers before you burnish, and then we're just going to cut away to create a small tab at the bottom. So trimming up that middle section, creating an angle, and then cutting away the two thinner edges. And then same with the other one. So then you want to fold your packets ready, and then we're going to place them down folded onto the scoreboard, and then we're going to do a score which is 1/2 inch down to the 5-inch mark. So scoring 1/2 inch down to the 5-inch mark and stop there. So you're not going all the way to the bottom, and then the same on the other side. 1/2 inch down to the 5-inch mark. If it helps, you can grab yourself a ruler as a guideline, but to be honest, it's just a bit of a guideline. It doesn't matter too much. Now, I will say at this point, I did forget to turn the papers over and have it flap side up, and then you are supposed to score the other side because this will help with coming to fold later. It obviously doesn't matter that I missed that, but just a top tip for you for when you come to do yours. If you crease both sides, it will help you later. You then want to go from that 5-inch mark, and you're scoring to the corner, the bottom corner of your envelope. And again, just repeat that with the other piece of paper. So I'm going to open this up. When I think her name's Darby, she did hers. She managed to fit a circle punch through hers, but I couldn't fit the Stampin' Up ones through mine. So I'm using the smallest stitched circle. I'm just showing you here that I've labelled my plates that are going through the cut and emboss machine because it's just a really helpful quick tip and reference for what layers I need. So I'm putting the circle not right near the edge, but just at the top half of the paper. You want to feed it flap side through first, so the small flap to go through first, and then using a piece of Misty Moonlight to cut out a card circle as well. Using tear and tape, you can use any tape or adhesive of your choice. I just found for this the tear and tape was slightly thinner and it fitted nicely along the edges. So tear and tape along the long edge, fold it over, and then the small flap encloses all those together. So the crease in the centre, you want it dipped down. So it's a matter of manipulating the paper, pinching it along those score lines and putting that dip down into like a little cave or a valley. It will go, you just need to keep pinching and manipulating it along, and you do that to both edges. Remember, you don't go right to the end because it will stop where your scoring has stopped. Once you get your fingers in between and you can pinch that together, then it seems to go more easily. Give that a good crease, and then one will slot into the other. So you decide which one you want for your top paper. For the sentiment, I've chosen something out of Gnome for the Holidays, and I'm just doing some partial stamping. So I wanted to fit the sentiment on, but because it's obviously in a long line, I'm just stamping a bit, wiping it off with my chamois, stamping another bit, and so forth. So a great way to get a sentiment fitted onto a smaller shape, or having it in a different position. So adding some dimensionals and just pricking them off with the pokey tool, and then you can fit that carefully back into the circle. So what this does, I'm just trying to put some tweezers or something in there to show you. You push the button and it slides out. I think this is so fun and addictive. Push the button and it slides out really nicely, and it doesn't go anywhere. It will, once it's fitted in, it kind of locks into place, and I love that element of it. So I'm using some more of the designer series paper and taking some of the houses, and yes, I am fussy cutting these little houses out to add some extra touches to my box. Just make sure you don't glue over any elements that are going over that circle. And then I just felt that the box needed a bit of ribbon to finish it off, so I'm using this lovely real red linen ribbon. And now on to the matching card. So I had some strips left over from my cutting, and I'm just deciding where I'm going to place these. And I thought it'd be quite fun if I had the trees as a background, and then maybe get some houses amongst the trees. So I'm putting glue all over my Whisper White cardstock, and then just literally laying all the pieces on there, and then with the strip of the polka dot red to separate the patterns. And then just cut off the excess. I'm smoothing this down with my bone folder, thanks to a tip from my sister Ruth at Artful Stampin'. It just helps to get out those creases that sometimes you get with the trimmer. You get a bit of a slightly raised edge. So I'm using the bigger houses for this one, and yes, I'm fussy cutting them because I don't have the dies to match that particular set, and using the largest of the stitch circles to cut out circle from Misty Moonlight. And I thought, just to add some extra texture, I'm going to run it through with the wood grain embossing machine. Now, I previously inked that embossing folder and I hadn't cleaned it, so it has got that brown mark on it, which I think actually just adds to the texture and the look of the card. So I decided to lift up the whole card with the houses hanging off the edge rather than the houses themselves, because they're paper, it would be a little bit more flimsy. So using those lovely big foam sheets and covering a nice big area all in one go. So to make my card match my box, I'm using that same lovely real red linen thread, and popped a bit of tear and tape on the back, and having the pieces in two halves. This saves on your ribbon and helps the warping, and like you can see now, I've just needed to adjust that, so I just can pick it off and move it along as I need it. And it just saves on bulk at the back of your card. So just adhering that to some matching Poppy Parade card, and then using these lovely matching embellishments just to add a little star to the box. And I thought, oh, I've still got quite a lot of these white embellishments left. I'm going to create a snowy scene on my houses using both the sizes of those white dots. Now you can obviously colour these in with your alcohol blends if you wish. I felt that the card still just needed something extra, so from the Itty Bitty Christmas I'm using From Our House to Yours, which I thought was perfect to finish off the card. I just wanted it to be like a little label at the bottom of the card, so I'm just trimming that down just to sneakily fit it at the bottom corner of my card. And there's today's Christmassy project. I hope you've enjoyed it, and please don't forget to hop around and see what everyone else has done under this fantastic theme of a matching project to matching card. Thank you so much for watching along. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. If you've enjoyed this project, you can give me a thumbs up and comment below. Thank you so much. Hope you have a fantastic day. Bye for now.